Hey everyone, this is Nicole Glass and I'm out in the snow because I love being out in the snow. And today I'm going to talk about a couple of places where you can find time when you normally don't have any. So a lot of people tell me they want to start a business, they want to get into photography, they want to get into YouTube, or they want to do something, whatever it is, but they don't have time. And I always tell them, you do have some time, you probably just don't know about it. See, for me, I make a lot of sacrifices. I sacrifice a lot of my social life, actually, to get things done. Whether it's editing photos, thinking about my next video, putting up photos on stock photography agencies, whatever it is. So in this video, I'm just gonna talk about a few different places where I can usually fit in some time to work on something or to work on myself when I don't usually have any time elsewhere. So the first place for me is my lunch break. For anyone who works a 9-to-5 job, most likely you get a lunch break, whether it's 30 minutes or an hour or 15 minutes, just something. So usually on my lunch breaks, I will very, very quickly eat my lunch, like I won't take more than 5 or 10 minutes, and then I'll work on something. Sometimes I teach myself something new on Photoshop or on Premiere Pro. Sometimes I'll learn a little bit more about After Effects. Sometimes I'll edit photos that I took that I need to deliver to a client soon. Sometimes I'll upload photos to Shutterstock or just fill in some of the information there. And sometimes I'll work on a video script or actually edit a video. My lunch breaks to me are sacred, and I would much rather work on my business than spend that hour socializing. Almost everyone that I know at my job will spend their lunch breaks socializing with other people. But in the end, what's more important to you? That's just a question you're gonna have to ask yourself. So the second place where I actually fit a lot of stuff in is on my commute. I drive to and from work every day. It takes me about 30 minutes each way, sometimes 20, depending on the traffic. And during those 20 minutes each way, I'll listen to a podcast or I'll listen to something on YouTube or an ebook, but I'll make sure that I'm learning something every time I play it. So I'll often learn something new about photography or videography during my trip to and from work. I almost feel like, and maybe I'm just becoming a little bit too obsessive about this, but I almost feel like listening to music is a waste of time because I'm just so focused on using every minute to learn. I don't know if that's just me or if that's all of you as well, but that's just kind of how I operate. A third great place to work on your self-development is at the gym. When you're at the gym, you have two options. You can listen to music while you work out, or you could listen to something where, again, you're learning something. Same as when you're in the car, just put something on where you're learning something new. Then when you do get back to your computer later on, you have a new skill or something to try or something you already know about. It's a win-win. You're getting fit and you're getting knowledge. Next, if you're really, really strapped for time, maybe you have a family or maybe you just don't have even time for the gym, you can try to wake up 15 minutes earlier or stay up 15 minutes later at the end of the day. I know it's really hard to get in that routine. For me, it's actually easier to stay up later than to get up earlier. But you know, if I'm really, really desperate, I'll wake up at the crack of dawn. But that little bit of extra time can help you get something done, even if it's just something very, very small. As long as you take one small step towards your goal of becoming a better photographer or a better whatever you want to be, that's all you need to do every day. And lastly, if you really, really don't have even 10 minutes in a day to do something for yourself, maybe you can see if there's something you can outsource to someone else. Maybe you can hire someone to make dinner or clean your apartment or whatever it is that is taking up your free time. And by doing that, you'll free up a little bit of time for yourself to work on something that's important to you. No one's getting any younger. And if I feel like a day has gone by where I've done nothing for myself, I honestly start to feel stressed out. I'm one of those people that always wants to be productive. Oh, and one last point that I want to mention just for those people who are into stock photography. You can actually work on your stock photography in everyday life, no matter what you're doing. Let's say you're on a family vacation and you don't have time to work on your photography business. Well, you're probably going to have your camera with you, right? I mean, if you're taking photos of your vacation. So while you're on vacation, take photos of things that would also do well on a stock photography platform. I have a lot of videos about stock photography, and I can tell you from experience that sometimes the most random things sell. I mean, just as an example, I took a photo of an overflowing trash can on the National Mall one time just because I was like, wow, look at all this trash piling up. I took a photo, I put it up on Shutterstock, and what happened? A couple of weeks ago, the government shutdown began, and the news kept reporting on how national parks had all of these overflowing trash cans because the government didn't have the budget to go and clean it up. This lasted for a little while. I think they found a workaround to actually clean up the trash. But point is, my photo of the overflowing trash can was being downloaded so often. And it makes sense why. So just because a photo is not necessarily beautiful or picturesque doesn't mean that it's not valuable to someone else. So no matter what you're doing in your everyday life, you can work on your photography, work on your stock photography, or whatever you're doing. So hopefully that sparks some ideas for where you can squeeze in a little bit of time for self-development, for stock photography, photo editing, all that fun stuff. Oh, and learning. Where do you fit things in? Where do you do the majority of your photo editing or photo taking? Let me know in the comments below. Enjoy the rest of your day, and if you're in a cold and snowy place, don't freeze like me. I'm gonna go now. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Till next time.